Welcome back to the Novice Lumberjack. First step in making my custom exhaust is I take the gasket here. Now on this side I've got it covered lightly in axle grease, hopefully so the paint won't stick to it and I can reuse that gasket again. But there we go. We've got our outline. All right. Now we'll just let that sit there and dry before we try and move the gasket and move on to something else. So let's keep going with the saw. Welcome back to the Novice Lumberjack. All right, the build is going swimmingly. I don't know if you can hear all the wind and outside and our sheep. Man, when the mamas get separated from the babies, that's all they do. It's crazy. So anyways, yesterday we did the squish band. Tool time is actually on TV right now, but I'm going to turn that down. All right. And let's see. What else can I tell you? Well, I'm really having fun with this build, actually. It's pretty great. Air. It's amazing. Am I glad I started the build? Why, yes. Yes, I am. All right. This right here should be good enough. Yep. Yes. Now we just take, since I put the axle grease on there, all of the paint just comes right off, pretty much. And you know, why is it important to have the paint come off? Because you don't want the paint to stick to the muffler or the cylinder itself, simply because, you know, something like this, especially on a muffler, reuse that thing again and again and again. You know, it's fine. So, I guess I should explain what's going on here. So, I will use this, right, which is a nice clear little outline of my gasket. And this is, I believe it's an 1/8 inch steel plate. I will cut that out, and that will allow me to make my own custom, exhaust pipe. Yeah. All right. But sorry, I had to check on something real quick. So, since I'm going to be making a custom exhaust pipe for this, why am I going to go ahead and right now reinstall this old shitty one? Well, that's a good question. It's because I am wanting to, I'm probably going to run this thing before the exhaust is made. And well, on top of that too, probably the bigger thing is I want to do a test to see if my muffler is better than the muffler that's on here. So, I'm going to go ahead and with this setup, do a Muffler Mod and show you how I would do it. Yeah. All right. So first off, I guess I should show you what's inside of the muffler. So here it is. We got our muffler. Take the bolts out. And what you find inside there is you've got this spark arrestor screen. All of your exhaust flow comes through that, and then it hits the flat wall of this right here. Bam, comes to a dead stop. Boom. And from there, it has to weep out of this mesh, find its way over to this side of this pipe, run all the way through that pipe, and then out the side right here. So as you can see, that is really, really stinking restrictive. So what I'm going to do, off camera of course, no reason for you guys to see all that, but I'm going to cut this out right here, and I'll probably enlarge this hole, make it bigger, keep that right there, same as it is, and then just put it back together. But I'll show you that here in a minute. Alright, here's what I came up with. Viola! That's my way of saying voila. So anyways, yeah, that tube, I cut it off on this side, and then I took a pair of pliers, and it was just pressed in here. So I was able to wiggle it loose. And then I took it, I drilled a hole here, slid it down in there, welded it up, did a horrible job welding. I wanted to put some paint on it before I even showed you guys because I'm embarrassed. But anyways, there it is. I figured this one right here, I just leave it. No need in clogging it up or anything. And yeah, that's probably redundant amount of airflow, but it'll work. So this will be my, I'm going to go ahead and paint it. This will be the modded muffler. All right. And, well, I'm still going to be making a custom pipe for it. So that's later though. All right. So this is the heat shield. I just enlarged this hole. Like I said before, somebody had ported this a little bit. I mean, honestly, I guess I don't know how much, but they definitely opened up this exhaust. Now, I was told that the porting didn't make any ill effects to this cylinder, but I mean, I guess it was just mildly ported. It was very, but anyways, I had to enlarge this shield, so I did. And so many times we waste far too much time looking for, like, putting our Dremel all together and getting the right bits. You know, just use files. Files, I used to be afraid of files, like I think probably most people are. Like, oh, that's going to be such hard work. It's not. Just a few swipes and go back. And, you know, it keeps falling down. It's actually matched up pretty darn good. So anyways, there you go. There's that. Bad news. Ba-bum. And come right out. Hit the brake. So, got to do something different. But you know, it does make you think. I mean, this one right here, that heat, you know, it's got to get pretty hot on the brake. Anyways, because that's behind the brake as well. Nothing's up front. So I got to figure out what to do about that. Obviously, this is going to have to get changed. And, yeah, we'll figure that out. Okie dokie, so here's what I did. Doesn't that look terrible? I just welded it up. Cut it off, welded it up. And this will be the only port for the exhaust to flow out. It was there from factory and it didn't burn off the brake so far, so I guess it should be fine. And all of this is just going to make me want to build the proper pipe for it more quickly. But anyways, final assembly is almost complete. Da, 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 da. That's about it. Da, 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 da. If you want to see more of it, You'll just have to watch the next video. It'll be live!